So this is Remy with RAW Art, and I have the opportunity to paint a purse for United Way's Purses for Promise fundraiser gala event. Super fun. I went last year and I had a purse that I painted. It was a telfar. Start at Zero themed. So the fundraiser, it's like United Way of Greater Kansas City. And so they do this fundraiser every year. They pick a charity or a nonprofit that they work with. They pick a nonprofit that they work with every year. And okay, so exciting, right? So one of the featured artists, I think it's about 5 of us maybe that were selected. I'm not sure. We already received our stipend, so that was great. I love when you work with a brand and they're like, here's the money, produce the product, go, right? There's no ins and outs and extra stuff. So I got a purse. I wanted to go Black owned again. Last year I did a telfar. This year I'm doing a Collier purse. Super cute girl based out of Kansas City. Her name is Micheal Collier. She has her own premium leather handbag brand. I fell in love with the shape of the purse, and it's a super cute, unique shape. And it has the Collier branding on the front. And I love that as an artist, there's like just a lovely blank canvas for me to paint on. So we're gonna get started, and I've been racking my brain to figure out what I wanted to do with the purse. It's green. I always love to match a red with a green, put something red on there, and I might do like some red florals. And with the green, it's also giving me Doechii vibes, and Doechii is the moment. She is the it girl right now. Doechii is a very popular rapper right now. I've been listening to Alligator Bites, Never Heal, that came out last year. Love the album. There's some other smaller projects she's been on and featured on before that I loved. It was a song with her and Raven. Gosh, I can't think of the name of it, but I'm gonna probably use that at some point to create some content with. But yes, so she is the moment right now, and Doechii has definitely been a very inspiration to a lot of women, just a lot of people, period. And love her story, her come up of, you know, kind of just starting out like a lot of us, having that passion, that dream, getting let off of her job. Even within the context of her latest album, she's having this, you know, that inner thought process of like, I got bills to pay, I got things to do. Fuck it, I'm gonna move to LA, I'm gonna chase my dreams. But just, you know, that kind of that battle that a lot of creators have with wanting to chase their dreams, but also having to face the realities of life and things like that. And so I love that she went ahead and took it upon herself to go after her dreams and look at her now. And I also love that she took some time to really look inward and do some self-work to get out of her creative block and to really turn inward and really be authentically herself through she also documented publicly through her YouTube videos about a lot of what was going on in her life in the artist way. She did like the morning pages, the artist date and everything, and documented that whole journey. And I really appreciate everything about her story. I do. So I want to do something kind of Doechii themed, and with her style, even on the Alligator Bites Never Heal, she has like an alligator, all white, albino alligator on the cover. Okay, so I just did some of that green came off. But yeah, she has like an all white albino alligator on the cover. Also with her fashion, she does a lot of like plaid, newsboy, zoot suit type suits with a lot of her fashion. Yeah, so I want to incorporate that in some kind of way, some red florals with the alligator kind of thing. And so this is what I came up with. I was doodling today. So now the roses are not what I drew. This was something that I downloaded, free royalty type roses that I placed, because because I wanted to see what it would look like. I didn't want to waste time trying to draw this, but I did sketch out the alligator and some of the leaves and little decals and stuff. So I'm gonna play around with it and see what it looks like on the bag. Kind of nervous to start, but let's see. Acetone. It's my little acetone pump to kind of get the shine. I mean, there's still a shine. Maybe this is a little bit more matte on the front so that the paint can adhere to it pretty well. And I'm about to vibe out. Okay, it is 9:47. It's a school night. I do have to get my daughter and get ready for bed and wake up and go to work in the morning. So I'm going to pause it for right now, but this is what I have so far. Okay, kind of looks like a little tattoo, kind of. So, just working on fleshing out the flowers, the alligator, and the butterflies, and the leaves. So yeah, I'm at this stepping point. So tomorrow I'm going to be using, of course, my RAW Art paints, but I ordered, so since my paints are regular acrylic paints, but sometimes I do like to use the Angelous Paints white for the white alligator, for the white alligator. And I'll be using some reds, probably a little bit of black, and then I know I want some greens. I might do plaid-ish for the leaves, we'll see, but either way, I met the Alpha 6 paint brand when I took my paints to New Orleans last year to the NAMTA, National Art Materials Association conference, and I met the owners of Alpha 6, super dope couple, and they have this product in their brand. It's the flexible additive, and so you can add this to your acrylic paints, okay? You can add them to your acrylic paints, and you can use them for like fabrics and leather-based bags and shoes and things like that, and you can use that to create some to kind of thin your paint out and add some elasticity. So you can use, I'm gonna start over. So you can use their Alpha Flex. It's a flexible additive that you can use to it's an extender and mixing medium for fabric and leather painting where flexibility is needed. So like purses and shoes where they're gonna get a little wear and tear. Now, the acrylic paints usually do a great job at, of course, painting on anything and sticking, but if you add this additive, it kind of helps with the flexibility of the paints. So whenever you're getting some normal wear and tear with your shoes and your bags, the acrylic paints won't over time crack and peel. They adhere and stay on the bag a lot longer. So that is the new product that I'm trying. So it's just a medium that I'm going to mix with it, and I'm just going to thin it, increase the gloss and flexibility, and it says thin with water or for best results with Alpha Flex Reducer. Over thinning with water may result in poor adhesion. Do not allow to dry on brushes or tools. Clean up with soap and water. Dries permanent and waterproof. Use and store in between. Okay, so thin this with a little water, and then add this to the acrylic paints, and then I'll be using that to paint on my bag. Okay, using my RAW Art paints to paint on the bag. These are just some of the colors I'll be using. But yeah, I'm gonna probably start off with the alligator. Do a mixture of some grayscale because I want it to be white, and then I'll go in with the red roses, and then I'll have some fun with the leaves and the butterflies and things like that. So yeah, good night.